thrilled that you came by today and happy to see you.
Yes.
You look amazing.
Thank you.
You're shining both not only on the inside but also on the outside as well.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about what you've been doing since you left the Bariatric Counseling Center 3 months ago?
Yeah, about 3 months ago.
Uh-huh.
Well, I want to backtrack just a little bit
Yeah.
to the surgery. Had the surgery in December 2017, actually the day after Christmas. And it was scary and wonderful all at the same time. But it was great recovery time, all of that stuff. And then I came to a follow-up appointment and actually had the free tour offered to us to come up here. I came up, met Janet, and so it was kind of, instant connection. Yes, absolutely. And so when I met her and she gave us a tour and started showing us about, the cooking and how we'd have group time and how we'd have, individual time with a counselor, therapist, I was like, wow, this is cool. And so I came in kind of, thinking, oh, okay, this is okay, but I'm not really feeling it yet. I wasn't really...
Not feeling it because you didn't know if you needed it?
Yeah, exactly,
Uh-huh.
exactly. Because I felt pretty confident in myself, and I was. I mean, I was on a journey, but I didn't know how deep I needed to go. So the more time I spent with, all the staff and cooking and fellowshipping with everybody and interacting, I found some deeper places in myself that connected to why I was overeating and why I was unhappy and why I was doing some of the things I was doing or not doing some of the things that I needed to do.
Uh-huh.
And it just opened me up to a whole new person. And so all this glow that you see really has come from more of a self-awareness, a depth of awareness that has created this entity that has become me. Affirmations and mindful eating and learning all the different recipes and all that, and then just incorporating the exercise and exploring different things. It really built a confidence in myself that I thought I had, but it took it to a much deeper level.
Yeah,
I didn't come in with a lot of self-hate. Oh, you're so ugly and fat. I didn't come in with that. So when I started hearing that from some of my fellow patients or whatever, I thought, oh, that's not me, because I didn't have that problem. I loved the skin I was in. I just wanted less of it. You know what I'm saying? And so once that piece started falling into place, then I was able to get into the deeper things. How unhappy are you? What makes you unhappy, and is your present situation, whether it's marital, relational, any kind of way, what are the things in your life that are making you unhappy, and what are the things that are making you happy? And so as I began to explore internally, I found that, even though I'm facing a divorce right now, that I really was as unhappy as my husband said he was. But I wouldn't allow myself to feel it because of what I had grown accustomed to.
Sure.
It wasn't terrible, it wasn't, awful, there was no, real abuse involved, but there was some stifling on both ends. And so now that freedom has come, it has helped me evolve even more to this person who's like, wow, I'm ready to take on everything. And so all of that is encapsulated in the fact that I came here, which is really amazing because I did not expect to get this out of that. Wow. You know what I'm saying? My expectation wasn't low, but there were so many questions that you don't know to ask.
Right.
And I find myself really there lots of times that as I began to sit and talk to different therapists, talk to Glenn and everybody, I just like, wow. And it started working on the inside of me when I wasn't even aware of it, but it helped me find a voice I'd never used before.
Right.
And so then it made me such an advocate for myself in every area of my life.
I love that, an advocate for yourself in every area of your life.
Every area. As it relates to church, my children, my other relationships, my work relationships, just every area. I really listened to my own voice, whereas I didn't before, and that really was, I think, the nuts and bolts of why I was overeating in the first place.
So talk about that. That was at the genesis or the core to why you were using food.
Yeah, because it really went to the fact that rather than say, I would just internalize everything. And so food became that friend that many of us who overeat talk about all the time. It became that companion. Well, I think about it right now, I'm just going to eat. Same way a person takes a bottle, same way a person takes the drugs.
Right.
And we don't put food in the same place because of the fact that we have to have food.
Right.
But when you're doing it against your body, it definitely is an addiction that you really need to face up to.
And it's interesting that when you came, you didn't necessarily put that together.
No.
A lot of our clients don't. They're like, well, I'll come for the cooking or
yes.
the nutrition.
Yes.
But then what you so eloquently spoke of is that really transformed you inside. It made you feel, it seemed like, deserving of a life that was greater and different.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
you pursued that.
Absolutely. And I am currently still pursuing. I'm one class away from getting my second master's degree.
Oh my gosh, congratulations.
In marriage and family therapy. So, my guys here, they've helped me a lot. They give me information. They've been teaching me, even though they're taking care of me. At the same time, I'm almost done with that. Still have clinical to do. And on my way to a doctorate after that. So, yeah. So all these things that I probably would not have done had I not had the surgery, come up here and met you guys, and came and just in the fullness of it. Surgery is just a tool, and they tell you that so much over and over when you go visit with the surgeons about surgery, and it really has been a tool. But this is another part of the tool that I preach to everybody that's willing to have surgery. Have the therapy as well. Don't just do the surgery. You need the connectivity of what therapy and this group offers to you. So I sell you guys all the time.
Well, thank
I
you.
promise I do. I'm like, they saved my life that I didn't even know I needed saving. Which is amazing. So yeah.
Well, we provided an opportunity for you to do all
absolutely,
that.
Absolutely.
And so what would you say to the client that thinks, you know what, I'm losing weight, I've had the surgery, or I've decided not to have the surgery, and weight loss is going fairly well, and I don't think I need this program. What would you say would be?
I have said, and I will always say, do this therapy whether you do surgery or not. Do this because you don't really know yourself when you spent years hiding behind food. You don't know yourself if you ever had any addiction that's kept you from being your real self. And so whether you wind up shopping too much, or whether you wind up eating too much, or drinking, or whatever your vice is, you really don't know yourself until you sit down and get to know yourself.
That's a scary thing.
Absolutely. And it is scary.
And how did you find the strength to just sit and allow that process to take hold?
Well, I think because I've always been attuned to therapeutic approaches, and that's been my brain. I don't know how that happened. But I think because of that and being in school, I realized there were pieces of myself I had not talked to. And I realized I needed to, so that Janet could be whole. I didn't want to just lose the weight and feel crappy inside. And I didn't want to feel wonderful inside, which I had most of the time in lots of areas, and not like what I saw on the outside. So I wanted a holistic approach, and I think that anybody who just does surgery or just loses weight still never deals with the why. How did I get here? What is missing? What am I trying to do? If you don't ever dig down to those pieces, I feel like you do yourself a disservice.
I agree with that. It's like the saying says, everywhere you go, you find yourself. And it seems like what you were able to do here was really be able to kind of look at what you were using food for and work through those. So that, those other pieces came to light.
Absolutely.
And you had the self-acceptance and then growth.
Absolutely.
Around changing Janet.
Huge.
Yes.
Huge growth.
That's
huge
great.
Growth. So yes, I push for myself. I fuss at myself, and I encourage myself and all that stuff. And, and I tell anybody, my family would love me if I weighed 300 pounds. They love me if I weighed 150 pounds. That's not what this is for. This is for me. I don't need anybody to love me more than I love myself. And that's the key. We don't love ourselves enough to do whatever it needs to be done to take. Whether it's just your heart or you're diabetic or whatever, do what it takes to take care of yourself. You want to live a happy and healthy life, do everything that you need to do. No holds barred.
That is very well said. You're such an inspiration. You're an inspiration to us.
Thank you.
And you're an inspiration to our clients.
Thank you.
And so I really appreciate you sharing your story, and really hope to keep you active in our community. Because people need inspirations and mentors. And you really illuminate and show them the path and what's possible.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
I thank you for that.
You're
Thanks
welcome.
so much.
Thank you.